If you still think AI is just about asking a chatbot for a recipe or a clever poem, you're about to see a whole new side of it. We are right in the middle of a massive shift from an AI that just answers our questions to one that actually gets things done for us. So let's dive into this evolution from passive chatbots to these proactive, goal-oriented AI agents.
All right, here's how we're going to tackle this. First, we'll get on the same page about what an AI agent even is. Then we'll look at the incredible physical infrastructure that's powering them, how developers are actually building them, and then we'll see some amazing examples of them out in the wild. And finally, we'll look ahead to what's next on the frontier of intelligence.
So, first things first, let's talk about this fundamental change in what we're starting to expect from AI. It's really no longer just about getting information, it's all about taking action.
So what's the real difference here? Well, a chatbot is basically reactive. It just sits there waiting for you. You have to go to it, ask a question, and it gives you an answer. End of story. An AI agent, though, that's a whole different ballgame. It's proactive. You give it a goal, and it works for you continuously, maybe overnight, piecing together tasks, making decisions, and pushing things forward even when you're not logged on.
And the name itself is the key. As Bret Taylor, the CEO of Sierra, points out, agent comes from agency. This is so important. We're not just giving the AI a strict set of rules to follow, we're giving it goals and guardrails, and then we're letting it get creative to figure out how to get there. It can problem solve. So think of it less like a calculator and more like a really resourceful intern.
Okay, but to make this new age of intelligent action a reality, you need a staggering amount of physical infrastructure. This isn't just some abstract thing happening in the cloud, it's happening in massive, real-world data centers.
I love this quote from OpenAI CFO. He says, "We're at a moment just like the dawn of electricity. We've proven it works. We flip the switch and turn on the light bulb. But we have barely even started to build the grid, let alone invent all the appliances that are going to run on this new power source. We are just getting started."
And the scale of this build-out is, well, it's just mind-bending. To put this into perspective, OpenAI thinks it's going to need 20 gigawatts of power in just 2 years. That is enough energy to power the entire country of Ireland 3 times over. We're not just talking about adding a few more servers here, this is infrastructure on a national scale.
And this chart just shows you the insane speed of this change. Just 2 years ago, OpenAI was using about 200 megawatts. Today, there are 2 gigawatts. That's a 10x increase. And they're planning another 10x leap in the next 2 years. It's that exponential curve that is driving this massive industrial build-out.
This has led NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang to call these new data centers AI factories. And that is such a powerful way to think about it. For the first time, intelligence is basically a manufactured product. Just like we have factories to build cars, we now have these giant factories to produce intelligence.
And let me tell you, these factories are incredibly expensive. A single 1 gigawatt data center costs around $50 billion. And look at this breakdown. $15 billion is for the land, the power, the physical building. But the vast majority, a whopping $35 billion, is just for the AI chips inside. It's all about the brains.
Okay, so we've got the hardware, we've got the factories, but how do developers actually build these agents on top of all that? Let's move up the stack a bit to the software and the new rules of the road that are being written for this agentic world.
Google's approach here gives us a really clear roadmap. It starts with an agent development kit, your basic toolbox for building an agent. But then it gets really interesting. They've built protocols for agents to talk to other agents, and even a protocol for agents to securely pay each other. It's like they're building the foundational laws for a whole new digital economy run by AIs.
And what's cool is that the ecosystem is already providing different ways to get started. If you're a developer and you want total control, you can go the code-first route. But if you want to move fast, there's an app-first path, what Google's CTO calls the easy button. It's got all these pre-built connectors to things like calendars and CRMs, so you can get a useful agent up and running right away.
All right, so enough about the theory. Let's move from the how to the what. We are already seeing these agents delivering some incredible value out in the real world, and they're totally changing how businesses operate and how they serve their customers.
You know, one of the biggest unlocks here is memory. This isn't just a one-and-done chat. As Bret Taylor says, these agents are being built with a memory that can last for months, even years. And that simple change transforms an interaction from just a simple query into a personalized, long-term relationship.
And the results? They're just stunning. Rocket Mortgage found that people are 4 times more likely to finish a refinancing when they work with an AI agent.
The hair color company Madison Reed doubled its bookings. And this one's amazing. The Weight Watchers agent actually scored higher on empathy than human coaches. And it's not just consumer stuff. Amgen is using agents to get FDA drug approvals faster. This is real, measurable impact.
Let me paint you a picture. Your flight gets canceled. Ugh, it's the worst feeling, right? Well, an AI agent can turn that awful moment into a good one. Before you even have time to get upset, it can proactively rebook you, send a coffee voucher to your phone, and add loyalty points to your account. You don't have to wait on hold for an hour. This is about delivering what some people call unreasonable hospitality, but doing it for millions of customers at once.
And this is a perfect example of what people mean by augmentation, not replacement. The finance team at OpenAI has an agent that does this really tedious task called flux analysis. That used to be the job of a junior accountant. Now the agent handles that mundane work, and that frees up the human to focus on strategy and high-level insights. It actually accelerates their career.
Okay, so as these agents become more and more capable, they also start to create new challenges, and they force us to ask some really deep questions about the future of work, intelligence, and even control.
Here's the new problem, the new bottleneck. One CTO described it as the AI's ability to create infinite folders on a manager's desk almost instantly. It can generate reports, designs, and ideas way faster than any human could ever hope to review them all. It creates a total manager's nightmare.
And what's the solution to a problem created by AI? Well, it's often more AI. The next big frontier is creating what you could call an AI judge, a system that can evaluate the work of other AIs at machine speed. This AI judge can sift through those infinite folders, flag the best ideas, and clear the manager's desk so they can focus only on what's most important.
All of this, of course, leads to the trillion-dollar question. How close are we to human-level intelligence? And the truth is, the pioneers in the field just don't agree. You've got Geoffrey Hinton, who thinks a machine that can win any debate is less than 20 years away. But then you have Yann LeCun, who says we're missing something big. Jensen Huang says it's the wrong question to even ask because AI is already creating so much value. There is just no simple answer here.
And that really brings us to our final thought. As these incredibly powerful agents get woven into our lives and our work, what role are they actually going to play? Are they going to be our partners, making us better at our jobs? Will they be our employees, taking direction and getting tasks done? Or, as these AI judges, will they end up becoming our managers, evaluating our work and guiding our decisions? The answer is probably all of the above.